Now what I've noticed since my population's been increasing and working with the carniolans is that the more bees that get in here and the hotter it gets and the more propolis we're dealing with, it takes me longer to work these frames. This one's looking nice. But again, see to your left, Charlie, all this burr comb, right? So there's a violation of that bee space, and so what the bees are doing is they're filling it with that comb. Not necessarily bad, it's just a little more difficult to work. That's pretty much a nice frame of capped brood. So right now everything appears to be in good shape, so we'll roll through these kind of quickly here. Just more of the same, and I don't like to keep this open for too long. Alright, most of that in the center, capped honey. Lighter in color, easy enough to see. I'm always looking for the queen, which I've yet to see in this particular colony. Here's a drone. See that huge guy, like kind of directly in the middle? Yeah, well, down a little bit to the right. Right? Yeah, there. Mm-hmm. There's two of them together. Mm-hmm. They look completely different. Mm-hmm. So they're the males. Their job's a little bit rough in that they don't really do anything to contribute except mate with the queen, and if they're successful in mating, then they die right after that. They fall to their death and get eaten by an insect. And if they're not successful, come the fall, all of our girls, the workers, the ones responsible for this hive, say, you know what, sayonara sucker, time for you to get out of here, and they kick him out to ultimately meet his maker there. I do see eggs. I don't know that you'll be able to see those with the camera, but there are some eggs in here, which is a good sign that the queen is around and that she's laying eggs. And basically what we're going to see here is the same thing that we saw on the other side, in that they do not want to build out these last couple frames. So we're going to rotate them through. They're starting on this side. I'm doing a fairly decent job. So I'll rotate those last two here real quick, and then that's pretty much going to do it. Give it a couple puffs. We'll do the entrance reducer. We'll re-smoke, make sure the fuel's cool, and then we'll be all set. So let's just do this. Take this guy out. That'll be number one. So Charlie, you were a little nervous coming in or no?
Yeah, I was. But,
pretty mellow?
Yeah, I'm pretty mellow now.
That's crazy, isn't it? Alright. Put that empty in there. Hopefully this is going to encourage them to do that. You never really want to crush the bees in here. I try to give them a notice that, hey, I'm getting ready to push it. They don't like, you don't want to jar things around. You want to be kind of as smooth as possible if you can. Mm-hmm. Whoop. One of them didn't make it. And whenever you get that burr comb, you always run the risk of, crushing your queen. Right? I mean, it's not just the worker bees that are in there doing their thing. It's not just the drones. There's an inherent risk that you could crush the queen anytime you get in here and work the hive. So I'm always conscious of that and try my best not to do that, obviously. Alright, you know what? I'm going to keep this one here. I'm going to put this guy in here. And they will end up getting curious and, come around and say, what in the world are you doing? Why's the roof off? And once it starts getting a little excited, then I like to get out of here. But this was very successful. The one other thing I'm going to do, and probably should have done it, if you want to move around to the front, real quick. We talked about the bottleneck and the entrance reducer, so I want to go ahead and swap that entrance reducer out. Basically for these, I'm just going to use this larger entrance. So let me hit them with some smoke. Buy me a few minutes. And this will give the colonies getting stronger, so the guard bees will have a little bit bigger of an entrance to protect. But I have faith in my Italian compadres in protecting their house. So we'll just make sure that's in there. Voila, we will put the inner cover back on. I'll scrape a little bit of this off. And then we're heading into the dearth, which is when there's no nectar flow. We'll add some hive top feeders or some bucket feeders probably next time that we're in here. But for now, very successful. Italians are doing well. Got some bird comb for Charlie to take home. And we'll move over here, which should be a very interesting thing today. So, all right, nice.